Oh, sorry, darling. There was something on the top of the screen that said sleeping. I thought, what? If I touch it, will everything blow up? Oh, anyway, hi.
Hello.
It's really odd because I didn't hear. Did you have music on? Intro music?
Can you not
'Cause
hear it?
I couldn't hear it. No.
Hello and welcome to the Lucy Show on Tour. Sorry there wasn't a countdown, but unfortunately StreamYard have decided that we're not allowed to use that anymore. Well, StreamYard have said we can use it, but the lords of the copyright have said no using it. So
Naughty girl.
there's no fun in getting a violation. So let me just try and turn these lights on.
Yeah, we've got form on that one.
Yeah, we got form on that one. There we go. There's my lighting system back. Hello and welcome to slightly different show. My name is Lucy Orchard and I am in Austria. This is bringing displaced comedians to its utter realm. Hello and welcome. So my name is Lucy Orchard. I am your entertainer for tonight, and that way is producer Chris, aka my mum. Say hello.
Hello. Don't buy any cuckoo clocks, please.
We have family history.
Yes, but there is a slight product that they make.
Yes, I'll bring some chocolate.
Not that I eat much of this.
You know, as I come over the border and then declare my body weight in chocolate, and I don't even eat chocolate. Hello and welcome. Oh, we've got loads of people already coming on the chat. So we've got one from Baku Chowdhury who has just said as. Okay,
It's
good for you,
what?
darling. As.
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 Oh, all right.
As. Okay. Good for you, love. Then we've got obviously our third player. Hi Mum, hi Ray, hi to Mum's sidekick, and welcome to the to Christine show. Sorry, I'm trying to do the volume on my phone at the same time. We've got Andy B. Bond is watching. I wonder if our friend is with you. Oh, Alex Whiteley. Oh, big world, small talk. Fame. I miss you, mate. I miss you too, darling. Wow. There we go. Mark and I are here. Hello. Yes. So I mean, let's get straight on with the Lucy update. I have seen in the last week 3 camels.
3 camels.
3 camels.
3. Were they one hump or 2?
2.
I'm never quite sure which is a dromedary.
There's 6 humps were involved in the sightings of these camels. Oh my God! It's man of the hour, Stevie D. Hey, sweet cheeks, get on your knees. And then you've got Louise for Louisa Reed or Lou. Great to see you both. I can't do a New Zealand accent, but I bloody love it. I'm from New Zealand. Oh, Andy B sending the love to his comrade in arms. Andy B says hi, Steve. Right. So yes. So I saw. Leona has added. Did you get the hump about the camels? Well, Leona and I had been discussing camels that day. We've been discussing 2 different types of camels, and I went around the corner and I saw. I was in Scotland, and I thought, oh, they're doing what the Cornish do, where you just stick a rock in the middle of a field and call it, a monument. Big up to all the Cornish watching. But then it sort of seemed quite wispy. So I thought, well, maybe it's one of those bales of hay a farmer hasn't brought in. And then the fucker turned his head. I was like, oh. And then I was coming around the corner in Germany the other day, and Circus was in town, and there was a camel by the roundabout eating some hay or straw. It was too fast to go. There we go. Andy B only calls me sweet cheeks. So yeah, basically, I'm in Austria, and I did bump into a guy to the side of the water in the UK, and I said he was from Devon, and he said, oh, "I'd love to move to Devon," and I said, "Don't. It's horrible. I've got to keep the house
Please
prices
don't.
down. I've got to keep the house prices down somehow, one person at a time." And then he said, "Yeah, Torquay or Paynton." And I went, "Crack on, love."
Best places in Devon to go.
Keep going. Keep going. When you get to the sign that says Torbay, you just put your bags down.
It's hold on a minute, Lucy. It's called the Riviera.
Yes, it is the English Riviera, not to be confused with the Riviera. We've added that moniker. But what have you been up to this week, Mum? Anything you want to share before I delve into my ferry fun?
Today, I made a rather spectacular purchase because sometimes my hands and my arms are a little weak. I thought, now, Lucy's been talking in the past about lump hammers. So I thought, I think I'll buy one. So I went to Homebase. I, not knowing what a lump hammer is or what it looks like, I looked at all the hammers and they just look like hammers. And then there was this item on the floor. So I thought, well, that looks different. I'll get one of those. So I picked it up and I thought, before I make this purchase, I don't want to be a dick, do I? So I saw these two men working in Homebase and I said, excuse me, I said, is this a lump hammer? And they said, no, it's a mallet. And I went, right, okay. And I told them what I wanted it for. And they said, well, when you hammer it, throw it, there are beads in the top of it. And when you go like that, the beads move and make it heavier for you. And I said, there's what in the head? I went like that. And I went, oh my God, it's a maraca mallet.
I never
So you
knew
can
this.
have music.
I have been telling you for weeks that you need a mallet, not a lump hammer. I love me lump hammer. I'm never without me. I've got me one with me. But I had no idea that a mallet was beaded.
Yeah.
Oh, I love us unscripted.
Yeah.
Andy B has added
So
that it's not just Torbay, it's called Tor Vegas. Stevie D has said language mother, and Andy has put, show us your hammer, baby. Oh my goodness me, that is the oh
it's
goodness
not
me.
a hammer, it's a mallet. It's a mallet.
Yeah, the minute we start talking about Torquay, one of my little minions, Anna Darby, a beautiful girl, has put the English Riviera. Thank you very much. Sorry, Anna. Seeing those camels is actually very symbolic. Oh, of course it is.
Oh,
I'm always in bed by midnight.
oh, take
So
your
yeah,
camel to bed. Okay.
yeah. So I caught my first ferry in a few years. I thought, I wonder how it's changed with COVID. Sorry, trigger warning. I used the C word. And I've got to be honest. I wasn't disappointed. I walked straight up to the driver's area, and the ladies' loo was locked. And it's locked for two reasons. One, because men use the ladies' toilets. There's a long queue, and B, apparently we're not enough of a minority to warrant opening the door. So I used the men's, quid pro quo. I didn't see the need to walk up to the cattle class and and queue with the muggles, so I just went in and used the boys. But
Don't they have club class on these ferries?
They do, but imagine the space that you would have for club class, and then put a load of truck
Yeah.
drivers in it.
Well, no, but you could go up there on your own, can't you?
Yeah, I'm just catching it. I just want me food. I just want me food, and I want to stare into the distance. I want to look out the
No, but
window.
it's free in club class.
Yeah, but it's not free though, is it?
Ish.
Ish. If you mean ish by it costs actual sterling pounds money to go in, yeah. Whereas my area is free. I also have to go into my area due to watching the custom screen. Ray, I am in Austria. Noel is laughing. Mark Cameron, if I forgot to tell you, I love you too, darling. But yes, so I wonder, what sort of people will I see? I haven't been there for ages, and yes, there were people with their shoes off, with their feet on the chairs. Love that. Andy, yes, it was. And it was as though time had stood still and nothing had happened. But the relaxation lounge was closed. So obviously they have to relax elsewhere. So there was I was sat on one end eating my food, and a gentleman was watching his phone in a foreign language, because, well, it wasn't to him. He was watching it loudly. It was some sort of comedy show to him. And it was really bloody annoying. And I finished my food. And he said, it's part of my ticket. Exactly. The truckers lounge is part of my ticket, whereas club class is an additional fee. So he's watching his phone and he's making this noise.
I took the hit.
And yeah, so this guy was really annoying me. I finished my food. I went off, used the men's again. And I came back and I sat in a different area. And this is what threw me. There was a gentleman with his feet on a chair. So that irked me. And now I don't know whether or not he was talking to a child, a dog, or a loved one. Because you have a guess. Get involved on the chat, because this was the noise that he made continually. Wow, 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 wow. What is that? And it wasn't like a wow. It wasn't a wow. It was a wow, wow, wow. So is that going to be a baby or a dog? And we're talking premium rate to use your phone on the ferry. We're talking.
Beware of roaming signal.
You're on maritime costs there. So that maybe he was looking at his phone bill, watching it go up, going, wow, 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 wow. So I went and sat back next to the guy watching his foreign comedy program. I thought it was the lesser of two evils. Annie B, same here, Christine.
Right. Yes, the lesser of the two evils would have been to go on up to club class.
Andy B, same here, Christine, away from the riffraff. Ray, relaxation closed, not very relaxing. I know. Rude. So yeah, so that threw me for a 6, as we say. And I remember what I had done in my previous time. I had been on both the big hitters, the DFDS and the P&O, and they were using these little plastic pots of milk.
Oh, I remember that well.
You remember it? Yeah. And I think I remember using the tagline, "See the change," SEA, love a hashtag. Yeah. And I asked the ferries to stop using it, because for 1 cup of coffee, you're producing about 3-4 pots of milk. Jug of milk. Now, I don't know if I can take the credit, but I'm gonna.
Are they using jugs?
Jugs of milk.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. Well done.
I was very impressed with them. And then as I've mentioned before, hang on, Ray's added, my dog is only 12 and I love him greatly. So dog check, child check, love one check. But Ray, which one makes you make this noise? Wow, 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 wow. Get involved on the chat. um, but with being on a ferry, as in my previous incarnation, and I know that we have people watching from my old industry, where it was rock and roll, and you would get almost a parody of a rocker, and the worst ones were never in the band. Oh, sorry, Tiffany Booth has said, "Can you let the other lady talk?" Yes, but this bit is the Lucy update. That the
Oh.
she does, but it's just in the section named after me. um, so so this guy, he had black hair and a ponytail, black denim, skinny jeans. He's wearing a t-shirt with the band's name. I think it was something like Scrat or something. He had his laminate showing, remnants of eyeliner, and he sat looking moody in the truckers' lounge. And I don't know whether or not he bought a ticket or whether he just wanted to be, I don't know, like maybe he couldn't afford club class. That's the question I should have asked him. I was like, excuse me, I don't know whether you know, but this is the truckers' lounge. This is why there's not free mimosas
Oh.
available.
Did you not have the urge to get a scissors and got behind him and snip that ponytail off?
Thought you were going to say laminate.
No, the ponytail. Old fellas with ponytails are a breed unto themselves. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
And do you know
Is
what
it
really got
that
me?
last one? What?
Apologies to our viewers with ponytails.
Why are they from up north?
Oh, so yeah, the one thing that got me with this guy, he was so rock and roll, didn't take his tray back after he'd eaten.
Rude.
That's what I thought. I felt like being that woman that goes up and goes, the tray stand is over there. And then yeah, yesterday, I was next to I drove my van somewhere. I got out my van, and another van driver was near me. So he saw me drive the van, and he said, "Is this your van?" And I said, "Well, you
No.
just saw me drive it." I didn't know whether or not it was like a, "Have you stolen this van?" And he said, "You work in this van?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "This is a heavy job for a little lady."
Ooh.
Yeah.
Obviously, he doesn't know you.
No, this little thing. So, so apart from that, right, we've got wow, 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 or flub, 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 flub. And then Ray has put I used to have a ponytail, not since my 40s though. Uh, Tiffany's put Tiffany, and Tiffany lol, and thank you for getting involved on the chat. It's what makes the show perfect. And Ray said, "Is he still alive?" And Noel's put, "Did he know you, sis?" Why? Because he called me a lady. Oh, there we go. Gratuitous cat shot. How do you feel about being seen in Austria? Norwegian. When I'm in Norway, we'll get the
Hello.
cat on.
Say hello.
So so yes, so that has been the joys of my ferry crossing, and I have a funny feeling that maybe ferry update might be a large part of the show coming up. One
Oh,
thing I do want
yes.
to put into the show just now is this is at 9 o'clock, but next week, as you know, we do four shows in a row, and then we have a week off. Not a week cough, COVID gag. And so the next show is going to be on May the 3rd. May the 3rd.
Oh, I thought you were going to say May the 4th.
No, because that means we're moving the show to a Wednesday. We would have discussed that.
I know. I know, but you could have said then May the 4th.
Well, May the 4th be with you as well. So yes, the next show is going to be on the 3rd.
Yeah.
And we're going to be moving it earlier due to my I'm GMT +2 for Tiffany. Is this a story from years ago? I think it was. No, I only caught a ferry this week. And then Star Wars Day. Yes, that is May the 4th.
Oh,
Yes, basically we're going to be moving the show an hour earlier to 8 p.m. I do apologize for any of the countries that does remove. I know the Americans will be fine. The UKs will be fine. I know that you New Zealanders get up early enough. I'm not sure when the Australians turn their time forward. So I do apologize for putting anyone's time zones out of joint. But unfortunately it's necessity. So this is our last show at 9 p.m. UK, and actually this week, and this is an anniversary that will stay with us for a while. It's 2-year anniversary of the Lucy show. So congratulations us, Mum. We've been doing it for 2 years.
I know. It's hard to believe, isn't it? I would have said a year, but not 2. 2 is amazing.
I remember when we first started and you were off camera. Do you remember that? And and you used to do boom in shot. We had an homage to Acorn Antiques where we put a hot water bottle over a sweeping brush, hot water bottle cover, so it looked like a proper sound boom. So you drop it just at Acorn Antique style in the background. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody for watching for the last 2 years. Even though I'm a bit more transient now because of working away, but the show will go on with myself and obviously producer Chris strong. Look at that. Andy B has put 2 years since London. Ray, I'll be in my new house. Speaking of moving things, oh, congratulations. And then Noel put, it's her show now. Yes, I know. Over the last 2 years, she went from just being outshot to speaking to being in the show. Congratulations, 2 years. Thank you very much. It is progress. I mean, next it will just be, hello, welcome to the Christine show. Rose put, it always was. So let's move on to the bit you nosy buggers are always wanting to listen up to. So it's the village update. So even though I'm not in the village, I still follow the village. In fact, Mum asked me what was going on the other day because I knew more than her. One of the local policing groups, the PCSO groups, so ish. There we go. I'm English and in Australia for 30 years. So lovely to touch base. Oh, get on with yourself. Where in Australia are you, darling?
Oh.
We've got a lot of viewers from New South Wales and from Melbourne. It always was. You just didn't know it. I know. Curious chicken. I know. The curious chicken will be living somewhere happily with many chicks of their own. So we had a posting saying about the police were quite proud of having a Cinderella driver. There was a drunk. I'm trying to think of a fancy, an inebriated. Oh, New South Wales. Well, in that case, you need to check out Loz Budden, who is one of your comedians from your local area. She's an absolute star. And I'm sorry for any of the fires that you've had going on recently as well. So Cinderella driver, yes. A drunk driver hit a car and lost his wing mirror. So they managed to work out which car it was by just looking and fitting the wing mirror back on the car once they found it. Arrested them, obviously. But yes, they were quite proud of the Cinderella incident. What is the cat doing, Mum?
Sorry, she's getting stuff out of the cat toy box. Literally. She's got her head in the
Self-serve
box and it's Coco. She's looking for toys to pull out of the box.
Yeah, the Curious Chicken is living on a farm, just like all my previous dogs. No, Curious Chicken is not living on a farm. It is living in Ufcombe.
Ran away.
It was living on a farm. It left the farm. Also, there's been
Ran
a
away
lot
to
of
the circus.
there's been a lot of shout outs on the local village forums as well, with the Queen's Jubilee coming up, for calling all bunters. A lot of bunting is going to be required for said celebration. So there's a lot of how to create bunting, as if people in Devon don't know how to create bunting.
Everybody's got bunting in Devon.
Maybe it's a guide for incomers. I don't know, but a call for all bunting is needed. Ray, I don't know what. Ray, my mother's on this show. Just don't let her get anything out of Lucy's toy box. It's called a toolbox, and then yes, there's lots of sharp objects in there. Now there was a little bit of trouble caused in
Lucy.
Yes,
Lucy, we've got bunting from last Jubilee. All the flags, Union Jacks and stuff.
Have we?
Yes. In fact, they're in the drawers where the cat grooming stuff is. You know, we move them every time we look for something.
Right, okay. Tiffany, bunting is a long string with little V's of different fabrics. So whenever there is any reason, pardon?
Triangles,
little V's. Sorry, I'm trying to describe. But yes, so for the Jubilee, there'll be lots of red, white, and blue triangles, Union Jack triangles. If you want to go a little bit kitsch, right, there we go. Tiffany, have you seen what you've done? This is how live interaction works. We've lost Mum now. But yeah, just a quick reminder to everybody, we'll be back on May the 3rd at a new time of 8 p.m. So thank you everybody so much. What have you done, Tiffany? Is it as easy to find as she says? You've never had bunting, Ray. I find this terribly, terribly sad. Oh, we do have bunting.
We've always had bunting.
So there you go, Tiffany. Live demonstration. That is what bunting is. Yes. Wow. Well, we've got a good use for that coming up. So yes. As I was saying, there was a bit of a to-do on one of the forums because somebody walked along and saw a house, and he said it looked artistic. Yep, the Queen's Jubilee. And he took a picture of the house and said, "Move the cat from the camera, Mum."
She's not on the camera. She's sitting. If she moves, I'll move her. But at the moment, she's sitting quietly.
Because the camera was moving like you were having an earthquake.
I was having a kitty earthquake.
Right. And you can do the bunting later.
It's done. Look, what's in the bag?
I'm in Austria herding sheep. The only place bunting should be used is car showrooms. You will not be welcome in the southwest, sir. Yes, so somebody was walking along, saw a house quite in disarray, but he thought it had a quirkiness, a gritty artness to it, artistic way of looking at it. Took a picture, posted on the forum. Well, apparently he's bullying. for saying that this house is in disarray. And you know what? Instead of just saying this house looks rubbish, you should have volunteered and asked to see if they would needed help. Because after all, they might have mobility issues, or they may not be able to cope with it.
Yeah.
So then another woman posted after that post got taken down because too many fights were starting on the forum. Another one posted and she went, well, I'm glad you didn't take a picture of my house. My house looks awful because I've got mobility issues. And she got about 12 people agree to help her do her garden up. She wasn't the person in the picture. She had nothing to do with it. She just poked her head up and she's got about 12 free gardeners coming round. I mean,
wow.
Seize the moment. Ray, I've gone native coming out of Bith, and you can have Welsh bunting, so don't be snooty.
It'll have dragons on it.
Like, yeah, exactly. So another fight was started in a village because somebody parked, as we would say in the southwest, a right girt car, which was a massive, massive farmy 4x4 car, and parked it, and it ended up blocking a road. So all of a sudden, they've gone, well, how do you know the girl hadn't broken down? How do you know she wasn't going to get help? Because whataboutery is just amazing on these forums. You can't say anything. You know, oh, look, there's a picture of a nice person with their nice dog. Well, what if he'd stolen it? Oh, and why don't you leave a note on the car instead of saying you blocked the road? You know, posting a picture of a car and putting it on Facebook. It's not very nice, is it? How's the parking where we are? All right.
Fine.
I can't see. Well, depending on, because you can watch in lots of different ways, Tiffany. So it could be that you're watching on Twitch, you're watching on YouTube, could be that you're watching on one of the different Facebook. There's quite a few. So I try to post up all the other comments that I amalgamate onto the screen. Somebody's cat, they said, look, I'm really sorry, but my cat has just brought this in, and it was somebody's knitting supplies. Two bags of knitting supplies. And the person had to apologize and say, look, please, you know, these are them. You know, if my cat has stolen off you recently, please, I'd like to return these items. Well, then that brought on, well, what has my cat stolen in the past stories? Now, you wouldn't like this. There was a woman that was living in Cyprus, and a cat brought in a dead poisonous snake. The same cat also brought in a Jubilee clip. So I'm quite interested to know, did they take the Jubilee clip off something? Then they brought it?
Well, they'd have to be really in trouble because they haven't got opposable thumbs.
Good. Do you know what? That's why you're here, for the logic. Somebody put, my cat brought in a takeaway. It was a dead mouse in a mousetrap.
Wow.
Somebody put, my cat brought in a headless rabbit. Not much to be concerned about. The fact it was white and somebody's pet.
Oh, that's awful.
It's not funny. Apparently one person's cat used...
Lucy, remember when Willow brought that bird in?
During the show?
Staying somewhere.
Oh, God.
And it was on the window. And
yes.
we opened the window this much, so the cats couldn't get out, but the bird managed to fly away.
Yeah. Also, we've had cats brought... remember when I woke up as a child, to find my entire family shouting at my bed because a frog was under it. That's a way to wake up. Somebody said their cat used to bring in people's socks. And the winner...
a lot of cats do that.
Yeah. Ours never had. They've too lazy. And then the winner goes, my cat brought in a tub of fish food and a pair of false teeth.
Wow. There are a lot of questions around those.
Yeah, and the camera's moving, Mum.
She's fine. She's fine. Don't worry about it.
Because you told me the other day that Kitty brought something into the living room.
Oh, yes. But that's because she's practicing for the Brighton Fringe.
Right.
She went into your wardrobe and got your microphone, carried it in her mouth.
Like a dog with a stick.
And then dropped it. It did go clunk, but it had one of those foam covers on, which is almost complete. It's just got a few bits missing on it.
Yes, but thank you for protecting my expensive equipment whilst I'm not in the house.
Well, I didn't realise that. Right, stop it. Little bagger. Right, stop it. There you are. Cat gone.
Right, Tiffany, I just got a kitten. She's driving me mad. Oh, what's her name? What breed is she? Is she cute? How old is she? We had a silver tabby that decapitated 3 moles and laid them all in a row in front of the toilet. Right? Dogs don't do this.
Worth money down here as a mole.
Yeah. Dogs don't do this malarkey. That is funny. Yeah, I know. My equipment. At happy anniversary. Oh, and then Tiffany, so far I'm getting autumn leaves. She's scared of the birds, but she's here because of the nice play. It's yeah, our cats, we couldn't do without them, but there's 3 more stories. One funny, one shocking, and one not so good. So a little bit of victory for the people that live up in North Devon. 88 parking tickets were put to people who double parked on the Esplanade, trying to get away with free parking. So that's a little victory for everybody that has trouble for incomers coming in and parking their cars willy-nilly at the beach. So, yep, the next one is, did you know, Mum, there's a fire going on in town right now?
Oh, where?
You know where your friend gets her Amazon packages from?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that the scrapyard, yeah, it's on fire right now.
Wow. Well, I don't think I'm going to go and have a look.
No. But reporting from Austria, live about Devon, there's a fire.
Which I don't know. I wouldn't know till tomorrow.
And then the not so good story is on a bank holiday Monday, there was a man running around in Tiverton with a gun. So please, everybody stay. Sunday, do apologise.
Yeah.
So please, everybody, stay away and leave our house prices alone.
Yeah. Well, perhaps he was very upset about the house prices.
Livid.
Wild.
Do you know of any news from the villages? Have you got any goss?
No. I'll have to find some.
We've got our viewers, Mark and Andy. They're watching about 4 feet apart, but there's delay, about 3 seconds. So for the birthday section, sorry, is this the Lucy show or an episode of Brass Eye? Who knows? You can franchise it. But yes, happy birthday goes to Rachel Davis, Alex's sister from Milford Haven, comedian Nabilia Pather. Happy birthday, my love. Numpty, happy birthday to Numpty. If you're from Devon, you know Numpty is. A big shout to Kel from New South Wales in Newcastle. Happy birthdays. But Loz, if you're watching this on catch up, please, please, please give our love to Kel. Send her all our love and our happy birthday wishes. Mwah. From Devon, Steve Gray, one of my friends from General Haulage. From the festivals, Rob Richter. From my old trucking firm, Dave Ettery, and a big happy birthday to little Bex, Andy B's baby girl, who had her birthday this last week as well. So happy birthday, everybody. Birthday sections aren't for kids.
Well, they are actually, because you have to be a kid to have a birthday to begin with.
If you're going to bring logic like that to this show, I don't know if we can keep going. It's been 2 years. When did you start this?
Then.
Bex 31st. Happy birthday, baby girl. And then for TV and radio. So because Mum and I usually watch TV together, we've been watching TV apart. I got there first. Yes, so for the radio section, my radio to go to sleep to, because everyone knows I love a murder. I've been listening to Father Brown, The Secret Garden, which sounds adorable, but gruesome, as you would imagine. More gruesome than you would imagine. A double decapitation and a suicide to boot. So yes, if you are going to watch it, listen to it, just be careful. It's not as sleepy as you think it is. And I've moved on to Boxer and Doberman now, which are 2 police officers. And I'm listening to Jace and PJ, obviously. And I have listened to a little bit whilst I was driving to Ellis and John on 5 Live. But TV wise, on Mum's recommendation, I binged The Split. So
Brilliant.
I'd already watched season 2, so I watched season 2 again. Then I watched season 3, and then I went back and watched season 1. And I have to say, bravo, BBC! Absolutely.
Well done. Worth watching.
Yeah, Christian's all right, isn't he?
His name is Christy.
Christy's lovely. He's a tall drink of Dutch water. What have you been watching, Mum?
I'm at the moment I'm watching Borgen, which is Danish. It's about a lady prime minister, Brigitte Nyberg, and I've just finished series 1, and I'm now starting series 2. Series 1, I thought, well, this is going to be nice, and then, like all things in life, the husband couldn't cope with the wife being important, so they're having a divorce.
So is it murder? So what's the theme? What's the theme? What's the one theme of the show?
How things happen in politics that are wrong. But you can read about that in all the papers. But they're trying to make it interesting. And, it's in a language I do not understand. But I have learned to read the subtitles and look at the screen. It takes some time. But then if anybody knocks the door or anything, you have to stop, because if you look away and miss that sentence, you don't get the context of what's been said. So you have to run it back. There's a lot of running back.
It's the only running you're doing it, babe.
Yeah, it is. Well,
you used to be a runner. You were very quick. I have watched episode 1 of Gentleman Jack, which is. Have you seen it?
No, not yet. Brilliant.
Very good.
Okay, I'll catch
Is
up.
Is she borrowing too much? Do. Hang on 1 second. Do you like Das Boot?
Das Boot. No, I didn't watch that because it's all about submarine, isn't it? And
Das Boot. I don't.
is that
I
what
think. I don't know. Tiffany, did you
does
mean
she
Das
mean
Boot?
that?
The famous
Oh,
Second World
I
War
did
movie.
watch. Hold on, I did watch a program called Vigil, which has Saran Jones and oh, I can't remember his name, but he played young Morse in Endeavour.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Evans, something like that.
Um,
Yeah. And that was good. That was
y-
very good.
Tiffany did mean Das Boot. I did not see that coming.
Oh, right. Okay.
Gentleman Jack, you're singing my song. This is more about is it Edwardian or Victorian?
Something like that.
Lady who is a landowner and likes the ladies. A Tip in the Velvet series. And no, the new Marvel series is different, sis. Which one's that? What's it called? And I've been chomping away on a bit of Charmed because I downloaded them. And I've also got a couple of Doctor Who's up my sleeve for break glass in case of emergency, or ferry. But obviously I'll watch it without headphones, loudly, whilst going
Yeah.
wow, 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 wow. Yes, so that is the TV and radio section. Banners. So yes, I know we know all of this. We're 10 minutes early, but I just want to say a big thank you to all my new pals on the road, Jamie, Warren, and Mel. But a really big thank you to all of the poddies who have been absolute dreams of support this last couple of weeks. They're like, it's like having a WhatsApp group that's just full of cheerleaders, which is, quite lovely. um, and oh, Tiffany, I like the Girl Doctor. Yes. Noel, Moon something. Moon Knight. I know some of the artists on that. Noel Orchard, yes, very different. They have full character control. Oscar Isaac tackles DID, the Marvel show for people tired of the Marvel machine. Very good. Moon Knight, yeah, or first Jewish superhero presented on screen. If you get a chance to read any of the paper copies of it, I would suggest it strongly, as Declan does some beautiful artwork on it. Yes, so a big love as well to Mel and Myth, who aren't feeling very well. And of course to my girl Lizzie, as always, big love. Mwah. And of course to Polly and Leona and Amanda. Have you got any thank yous?
Yes, I have. I want to thank Ray and Mary, and I hope Mary's feeling better.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Mervyn, and Chris and Pete. And I hope Pete's feeling better. So,
yeah, got to come in not poorly well. Shawnee just tuned in. The Boat Excellent series. It wasn't a series, it was a film, Shawnee. And lovely to hear from you as well. And then Ray has put, wow, wow, wow. They didn't do that song about the feeling in their fingers and feeling it in the toe. We've got Gentleman Jack goes to Grocer Jack. Yes, a big thank you as well to everybody who's been involved on the chat tonight as well. You always make the show you're the fourth member, because obviously Noel's always going to be the third. But please remember, it's going to be May the 3rd. We've got a week off next week, and then we'll be coming back at a new time at 8 p.m. So I better change stuff online, because everything says 9 everywhere, ever, that I've ever touched. Write that down. And a big thank you to Mum for learning the technology, for being able to make this show possible whilst I'm out in Austria.
I did panic tonight. I couldn't remember the password.
And a big thank you as well to Stevie D for a beautiful day that we had, and love from Mark Cameron. I find it disconcerting that you can't hear the music when I play it. You're just going to have to imagine it.
Where's the microphone then? Can't you hold it near the mic?
Oh, and thank you to hear you. A week off. Thank you, Tiffany, for joining in on the chat. Week off. You were off last week. You've had more breaks than Steve Davis.
Hey, is he going along with Kitty to the Brighton Fringe?
Ray, I'm not sure if it will, no. But yes, thank you very much. Love you both. But yeah,
we love you all.
See you next Tuesday at 8 p.m.
See you next week at 8 o'clock. Remember, 8 o'clock.
Feeling great at 8.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Love you all.
Love you.